Hello YouTube, this is Mon of Laid Back Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing a very, very special game. One of the most recent titles I've purchased, only for the PlayStation 3. Now, what could I possibly be talking about? Well, friend, I'll let you in on the big secret. Now I'm talking about Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. Now, I really wanted to hold off on reviewing this game until I beat it, because I haven't yet. In fact, I'm only, I'd say roughly halfway through Act 3. Keep messing up on following that guy for anyone who's gone through it. You know, the Resistance member, when you have to follow him, can't get caught, all that, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, you know, I just couldn't help myself. Really wanted to wait until I had seen everything this game had to offer before I reviewed it, but you know, I just looked at it and I was like, dagnabbit, I'm gonna do it anyways. So you're gonna have to deal with that. I should also mention that this is my first Metal Gear Solid game. Yeah, I felt kind of guilty about that because, you know, with the caliber of the series, I thought I should at least play the other games prior to purchasing this, but you know, I saw it in stores and I was like, screw it, I'm getting it, because I had only heard extremely positive reviews, many going as far to say as this is one of the greatest games of all time. And just from playing it for just the moment you start playing it, when you actually get to play it, you know, it's just amazing. Everything feels incredibly refined. Just, you know how with some games in particular, they just exude some sense that everything was painstakingly crafted into excellence, that everyone who worked on the game really put their heart and soul into presenting you, the gamer, with something you can genuinely enjoy. You know, that rare game that gives you that type of vibe? Metal Gear Solid 4 is that game. And what's even more impressive is I don't typically play games like this. It's not until recently that I even did games that really involve guns too much, because I've always been with Nintendo and RPGs. Those have always been my main games. I picked this up, and lo and behold, even so, it still struck me as amazing. I could get used to the controls fairly quickly, which is impressive because, as I said, I don't play these games too often, and the control scheme really works very well. Gotta say, everything about this game is fluid and just flat out amazing. And speaking of amazing, don't even try and argue with me on this. Metal Gear Solid 4 has the best graphics of any video game that I've ever played in my entire life. And I think, yeah, if you can show me a game with better graphics, with more attention to detail, you know, I'm gonna... Well, first off, you know, such a game does not exist. Seriously. This is the only game I know of that you can zoom in, and I am not lying at all. I am not exaggerating whatsoever when I say that there really is virtually no pixelation to speak of. In fact, when you zoom in most games, you know, zoom in, you get exposed to low-res textures in most cases, or pixelation, just something maybe the developers didn't want you to see. But in Metal Gear Solid 4's cutscenes, for example, which are frequent, and if you are not a patient gamer, let's just get this out of the way, you will not take very well to Metal Gear Solid 4 and its frequent and lengthy cutscenes. For someone like me who appreciates a good story, and in the case of Metal Gear Solid 4, an amazing story, even though this is my first MGS game, if you're someone like me, you're not going to care about that, and you know, that's right, you know that they're missing out. People that don't have the patience to play a game like Metal Gear Solid 4 That's no one's loss but their own. And you can't, well, you know what? Don't feel bad for them because it's, like I said, their fault. But anyways, right. So a touch that I like is in cutscenes, instead of just sitting back and watching it, you can freely manipulate the camera, zoom in and out, all that good stuff, and you can zoom in very close, and I have yet to spot any noticeable pixelation. Seriously. I've played on a SD TV and an HD TV, and I just can't find it on either one. Now, I think that that's amazing. I know that gameplay beats over graphics any day of the week, but Metal Gear Solid 4 combines the greatest graphics I've ever seen with some of the best gameplay that I've yet experienced, because everything, like I said, is fluid. Environments don't feel like typical video game stereotypes, in that they're linear, they're linear, but they still feel very much alive, partly due to the immense, immaculate attention to detail. The AI is great and can seem alive at times.